welcome. I want to make a short video to answer a question that I get asked, not a lot, but from time to time, and I don't want to answer it over and over and over again. So I make use of our technology we have these days, where we can just make our answer once and for all and just refer to this video, what's available for everybody. What I have to say first here is that even though my opinion is quite, I have my opinion, but doesn't mean that I would not test or review products, even though that I wouldn't use them myself or purchase them myself. So in fact, I want to tell you how I would narrow down my purchase of a DSLR radar, and you can have this as a guideline. My first question, if somebody asks me what DSLR I should buy, my answer is, why would you buy a DSLR? What do you want? What do you want to achieve with it? What are you really want to go into photography? Because if you don't really want to go into photography, why bother spending your hard-earned bucks on a DSLR? Why not just spend half of the money and buy a point and shoot, very sophisticated point and shoots that also have manual settings. And if I hear you talk and say you want to buy a DSLR but you want to have it in full auto mode, why even bother purchasing one? In my opinion, DSLR shouldn't have an auto mode at all, just to prevent people from burning their hard-earned cash. And so that's my first opinion. So how to narrow down? The way I narrow down is it's quite simple. First off, I know there are a lot of good brands, but seeing the huge amount of very good and a very huge variety of glass, in my opinion there are just two brands, and it's on Nikon on the one side, Canon on the other side. Personally, I'm a Canon shooter. This doesn't mean that I don't value Nikon. It's just once I started out with Canon, and as some people know, photography is a quite expensive thing to do if you go deeper in it. And once you have your glass and everything, you don't switch from Canon to Nikon like that if you're not sponsored or something like that. However, I love Canon and I like Nikon, and in this way we can narrow it down to two brands, so it's just that easy. So then we come to the entry-level models. On the Canon side, every model with 4 digits and every model with 3 digits in it, if you like it or not, is an entry-level camera. It's from plastic, it probably has lots of specs that a photographer even isn't paying attention to, because it hasn't that much to do with photography than with marketing. And on the other side, on the Nikon side, they messed around a little bit with their numbers, with their model numbers. So, but we can state at the moment that every 4-digit camera, so with 4 digits in the name, be it a D3200, 3100, 3000, I believe, or a 5200. They are all entry-level cameras except the D7000, the D7100. There are alloy magnesium body. They are very sophisticated and very, yeah, they are the prosumer models, just like the 7D on the Canon side. And this brings us to the next level, full frame, or better said, we just talked about the prosumer. So it's, in fact, it's still the APS-C crop sight sensor in the D7000 on the Nikon side and the 7D on the Canon side. But they're so sophisticated, they already go, they touch the professional market, on the lower side of the professional market. What I did mention now was on the Canon side you also have the 2-digit cameras with 2 digits in the name. It started out back in the days with the 40D, the 50D, the 60D. Now it's the 70D. I wouldn't look at these cameras, and this just me, because I look to a higher segment in the market. I wouldn't, if I wouldn't have a camera and you would hand me a 1100D or something like that, or I started out once with a 400D. I know, I love that camera, but you don't step back. And if you would give me one of these cameras today, I wouldn't rather don't shoot at all than to shoot with these cameras, because I get tired of the handling. If I don't have a display where I can see, if you have everything on the screen behind and you have to switch through menus just to get the most basic settings, it's very tiring. If you have to work with a certain workflow that you developed over time, and where you have to just pump out and you have to get your settings right, you don't want to fiddle around too much. So this is one more reason why these plasticky cameras are entry-level models. They are very good. They can make very good pictures. Suppose you put the good glass in front of it. So don't misunderstand me here. So the next level would be the full frame cameras, and then we talk about body only models from something around 2,000 to 7,000 US dollars. And we have on the one side, on Canon side, what would be the 5D Mark II, the 5D Mark III. On the Nikon side, the megapixel monster with 36 megapixel D800. It's a great camera, and I don't even think about the megapixels. I know that camera and I know what it's capable of. It's an amazing camera. I think, yeah, they range about between the 2,500 and 3,000 US dollars, just like the slightly more expensive 5D Mark III. And then we come to the ISO monsters, the D4 from Nikon and the 1DX from Canon. They have less megapixels than the other models, and they cost much more. And I already hear some people ask, so why are they that much more expensive? Why are they cost 2 or 3 times what the other cameras cost. It's not all the megapixels, you know. But so this would be my way to narrow it down. So if you ask me, I just refer to this video, and so I don't have to tell you that again and again and again. So thanks for watching and have a great day ahead, and be wise when it comes to choose your camera or even considering buying a DSLR.